it's Ollie here from Pin Generator, and I'm going to be using this video as a guide to show you how to use Pin Generator for beginners. So the basic tenet of Pin Generator is to help you generate large numbers of Pinterest pins so that you can create large-scale Pinterest marketing campaigns quickly and easily. So there are two sides to this. There's the generation of the pins, and then there's the scheduling of the pins. So those are the two cores of what Pin Generator does. So to begin, this is the homepage, pingenerator.com. This is just a little walkthrough guide for first-time users. You can select what style of template you would like, or you can just select random, which is what I like, and then you can enter in the URL that you want to generate pins for. So I'm going to enter in my blog with my wife, not fiance anymore. And so what it does is it goes to the website address that you've given it, and it scans that website for all its information. So it'll go and fetch that site's title and description and its pictures, and it'll use all of that information to create beautiful Pinterest pins for you. So as you can see here, it's grabbed a whole bunch of our different surfing blog images and titles and information, and it's created these Pinterest pins. These are all using a bunch of different templates, and it's created 10 pins. You can make that higher or lower if you like. And one of the best ways to just see what it can do is to hit the shuffle button, and it'll shuffle the colors, the templates, and the images that it uses to generate pins. So this is for our website. You can also generate pins for your e-commerce stores, which is what this tool is very popular for too. So just to clear up the blog side first, with this blog, you can see that it's detected our sitemap for our website, and you can generate pins for your product categories, the pages or posts, and this will select basically which posts that it detects on your site. Additionally, if you just want to generate posts for some specific posts, you can see them here in the select URLs to generate side, and you can select the posts you want to generate for and hit the generate button. So now that you can see, let's say, some pins that you like, you can either pin those pins directly to Pinterest, schedule the pins for later, download them, or edit them. So let's say you wanted to edit this pin. It'll show you all the information about it. Here's the title that's going to go to Pinterest. Here's the URL text that we're going to use in the template if it's available. So to show you what that means, let's say here. So you can see here's my URL text here, and you can change that to anything you like. And then here's the pin description, which is going to go to Pinterest too. And then of course here's the outbound link that Pinterest will use when someone clicks on your pin. This is where they will go. So you can change the template here, and you can change the image as you like, and then save it. So that's basically editing a pin. And yeah, so once you're happy with your pin, you can send it off to Pinterest. This is where you select a board. You can select whatever board you like here to pin to. And once you are happy with how the pin looks, you can go and select a board to pin from. So you can search for a board, let's say surf travel, and then you can pin it directly to that board or schedule it. You'll see the schedule spinner working. It's basically taking the image, putting it together into a single image file, and then putting it in the schedule list for Pinterest. So before we go to the schedule, we can also look at all the design features that we can use here. So we can select a variety of colors to use, and we can select colors from a color picker. We can make it use one color or all the colors that are available here. We can select the font color if you want to change the font color. I like to use the default font colors because it kind of matches with the theme that it's with. You can choose your image background color. So of course you can move the images around here. And if you want to resize your images, you can just pull from the corners and resize the image how you like. And the image background color is this image at the back here. So if you have a product image, let's say for something from one of your stores, and it's got a white background and you want to scale it, you can make the colors match by floating it, let's say like that. And then you can choose a font from a variety of fonts. You can choose whether to use uppercase or lowercase, and there's a whole bunch of design settings here. With the pin templates, you can choose to randomize your templates, or you can choose to select a few templates that you like, and it'll generate just using those templates. So this, I want to set back to white, so that, yeah, it looks better. So now you've got the templates that you like. In the image settings, you can choose to randomize your images, so it'll just randomize which images are being used for the pins until you find ones that you like. This contain images button is really useful. So let's say you're generating pins for a product and that product is floating. You can click the contain images button, and instead of expanding the images to fill the whole space, it makes sure that the image in its entirety is included inside the pin template. So that's really great for products. And you can upload your own logo. You can hide the URL text from a theme. You can specifically only get images within article tags. So let's say you have a blog post. Let's use this one as an example. And a lot of blogs or even pages contain all their good information within article tags. So you'll often see advertisements on the other side, on the sidebar of a blog post, and you don't want to get those images. So you can say in Pin Generator, only get images in the article tags, and that will only fetch images within the main body of the article, so long as they use article tags. So that's just a cool trick. Then this is to select posts, specific posts from the posts that Pin Generator detects in your sitemaps, which is cool. This bulk action section, you can set the title for all your pins. So you can see here, if you want to update all of your pin titles, you can do that. You can also set the description for all your pins here, and the URL text too. You can see that's happening at the bottom here. And you can set the outbound link where you want all of those pins to go to. So that'll default it to this. So one thing to note is that when you've set these bulk action settings for all of your pins, even when you come to edit the pin, you'll still see the originals here, but please note that when you send it through to Pinterest, it will use the overrided settings here. So I do this just so that if you want to erase these like this, now when you go back to your pin, you can still have the old information here if you don't want these overrides anymore. So that's something cool to note. So this is really useful if you're doing affiliate marketing, and let's say you want to set an outbound link to your affiliate code. You could do that and say affiliate reference equals Ollie. Let's say that's what your affiliate thing is. So this is a great way to do that. And then you can add videos to pins. You can search the database of videos through pixels and add these lifestyle videos to your pins to create story pins, which is pretty cool. So you remember that we scheduled one of our pins. So let's go to the scheduling pins section. We'll see here that on the left-hand side, we have pin scheduling settings, and on the right-hand side, we have the scheduled pins for this Pinterest profile. So when you initially start up your site, you'll have to link your Pinterest profile, and it'll normally be a button here where this won't be here. It'll say add Pinterest profile, and you'll just confirm your Pinterest profile with Pin Generator, and then the profile will be available. So firstly, let's look at the pin scheduling settings. So when you click this generate button here, the schedule pin button here underneath the pin, you'll notice that you haven't set a time for that pin to go out. So what we do here is with this schedule, it's a pipeline scheduler. So it allows you to schedule pins a lot faster. So what you do is you'll set up all your scheduling settings first. So you can say, I want to pin 10 pins per day, and I want to pin my pins between 8:30, because that's when people are using Pinterest, and then between the morning hours, early in the morning when people are using Pinterest, and that's when my users are going to be using Pinterest. So we suggest between 8 p.m. and 11 p.m. and between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. Because that's where Pinterest users have been most active through a couple of studies. And once we've done setting our settings, including our time zone, of course, we can save those settings. So now it'll show us, okay, within these time windows, one of your pins is going to go out every 48 minutes. And these are the posting times when those pins are going to go out. So you'll see here now in the your scheduled pins section, this is where all your scheduled pins are, your pins will abide by those times. So we've actually just changed the scheduling settings. So I'm going to click the reset scheduled times, and that's going to reset this pin's time to my new scheduling settings. So you can see 3 a.m. is the next time, and this is going to go out 3 a.m. 8th of August. So here is the pin that's going out. And if you want to edit this pin, you can edit it here. You can select a board to change it to. You can change the outbound link and the title and description, but the image is being created for you here already. So this is what you can't change the image yet. Sorry, you can't change the image at this stage. You'd have to generate a new image. So once you're happy, you can click save. Or if you don't like this pin and you want to delete it, you just click delete. So you'll note that there's it tells you have one pin scheduled and they'll run out on this date. So that's a great way to know how far in advance you've scheduled pins for. So let's say we wanted to schedule a whole bunch of pins. So let's say we've got all these pins here, and I love them all. I'm going to put them into serve travel. I'm going to take bulk actions, and I'm actually just going to I'm going to remove this override, and I'm going to schedule all pins. So clicking this button is going to start scheduling all of these pins, and you'll see all the spinners are going to start spinning shortly, and they're all being scheduled. So these are all going to go to the serve travel board. So this is how fast you guys can create and generate pins. So you must just wait for these spinners to be done so that we know that everything is finished, and we can go back to scheduling pins, and boom, all of our pins are here and scheduled. Okay, so we can see that the scheduling settings, they're all set for these times, and they're all going out at the scheduled times that we've planned. If you see any incongruencies in the time here, you can always hit the reset scheduled button, reset scheduled times button, and that will reorder the pins so that they can be according to these pin scheduling settings. So sometimes if you generate two pins in quick succession, they might have the same time, which is something I'm working on fixing automatically. But if you see that, you can just click this button, which remedies it. So now let's hypothetically say that we created a bunch of pins for a single URL. Let's say all of these 10 pins all went to the same URL. Now, Pinterest doesn't like it when you pin like 100 pins to the same URL in one day. That's going to look like spammy activity. So what I've done is I've created this button for you guys. So let's say you generate 20 pins for this one, 20 pins for this one, 20 pins for this one, 20 pins for this one. And we've got these 4 blog posts, 20 pins each, and I've scheduled them all. So now I go to my scheduled pins, and because I've done them, one at a time, there'll be 20 pins for the first one, 20 pins for the second one, all like that. So we don't really want that. So I've created the smart schedule button for you, which when you click it, it shuffles your pins so that all the pins with the same destination URL are as far apart as possible. So that's just going to reorder your pins in the best order to spread out those same URLs as far apart as possible. And Pinterest likes that, and it helps reduce what looks like spammy behavior to Pinterest. So bear that in mind, and that's always a very, very good idea to do that. One other caveat is that if you're opening a brand new Pinterest account, don't go on your first day and pin 30 pins a day, because Pinterest's spam filter is a automatic spam filter, and it's got a bunch of rules that it follows to determine whether a user account is spam or not. So if you immediately open an account and start pinning 30 pins a day, that's going to be a red flag. So my advice to you guys is start slow if it's a new account. So start by generating, let's say, 5 or 10 pins a day, and start ramping that up slowly over like the period of a month, and slowly get that up to 20 to 30 pins per day. So you need to be sensitive to this, and you need to realize that the spam filters on Pinterest are largely done automatically using pieces of logic to say, right, this person's got a new account and they're pinning a lot, therefore that is a big red flag, probably spam, and you might have your account automatically suspended. But if you ramp up slowly, you shouldn't have this problem. All right, so we've looked at generating and we've looked at scheduling. Oh, so also all your design settings here, you can save your design settings here when you like them. And when you log into your account again, it'll reload all your design settings as you saved them. So now that we've looked at generating and scheduling, there's a few other things you can do. So in your pin history, this is a place where you can look at all your old pins that you've generated, and it'll display them here. You can repin them, download them, or schedule them to be pinned again. And let's go look at our profile. So this is your profile where you can see how many pin credits you've used and how many you have left. When your pin credits were last zeroed and when your last payment date was, you can log out here. And so this here is your favorite list of websites to generate from. So occasionally what I'll do is I'll create some new templates and I'll do a generation test from your website. So if you have a website you'd like to generate from, I sometimes use those URLs to generate new pins, and then I send them to your email inbox directly. So to no one else, but it's just for you to look at and enjoy. And then you have your authorized Pinterest profiles you can pin to. So if you want to connect a new Pinterest account, you can connect it here, and then you can use multiple Pinterest accounts within your profile. So I'm using the Ollie and the Captain one at the moment. If I want to flip over to the Gifts for Kevin one, I can just do that. And then when you go generate pins, you'll see that you've got a different set of boards here. So this is for the Gifts for Kevin Pinterest account. So let's go back to profile. So yeah, those are your accounts. You can delete accounts here. If you're ever having problems with your account, you can always delete it and then reconnect it here. And then you've got your WordPress plugin access key. So if you have a WordPress website, you can use this access key in the plugin, which you can download here. And that'll enable you to generate pins for your WordPress website automatically. So for this, I've generated a pin for it. And you can see that I simply click generate, and it added a pin for me at the bottom of my blog post here, if that's what you want. And you can add it here. Where people can pin it to their boards on Pinterest. So that's a great way to advertise your blog posts. So that's the WordPress plugin. Another thing that you need to pay attention to is the products page. So I have a couple of integrations where you can automatically sync your products from either an Etsy store or a Shopify store. I'm going to be adding a Amazon integration soon too. And I'm also thinking about a WooCommerce one. So if you have any suggestions, leave it in the comments below if you want any other stores integrated. And these are your connected stores, same as your Pinterest profiles, which you can activate or delete. And you can see here are all my products from my Shopify store that have come through here. So to generate pins for these Shopify products, I can just go click the ones that I want and I can say generate pins. And boom, it's got a whole bunch of pins generated according to my pin scheduling settings. So you can change things up like I showed you, and you can pin or download or schedule these pins for later. So that is the products page for your e-commerce store. And finally, you have the affiliate program. So if you want to spread the word about Pin Generator, you can earn money. I'm giving away 25% of all sales to affiliates. If you drive a sale to the site, you'll get 25% of that sale, including all recurring income. So if you sign up somebody and they're with me for a year, you'll get 25% of every single payment they make for a year. So these are the terms, and you can join the program via this page, Pin Generator Affiliate. So yeah, so that's a basic breakdown of the site. It's called Pin Generator. And if you have any questions, I'm available. You can contact me via this chat bot here or via this contact section on the website here. You can send me a feedback. Be sure to include your email if you want a response. There's some FAQs here. You can follow me on Twitter over here. That's me. And you can let me know if you want any features built or you find any bugs. I'll do my best to resolve them and to make the best system possible for you guys. So cool, thanks for staying this long. Please follow me on YouTube too, like the video and subscribe to my channel, and I'm going to be doing tutorials and lots of information about automated Pinterest tools in the future. Cool, thanks, cheers.